What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're starting off with the GoPro and we're heading to the junkyard. Only because I don't want to mess up my G7X anymore. I'm telling you guys, the people out here drive really stupid. Like, I'm doing 75 merging into a next lane and this guy is tailgating me, right? And I cut in before him, so he's butthurt. So he rolls his window down and he pulls up next to me. I mean, look at me. And he looks at me and he was like, oh shit. And then he rolled his window back up and started smashing. So me and this motherfucker, we were doing like 85 and I'm trying to tailgate him because, you know what I'm saying, he trying to come up and flex on me and shit, little bitch. But he ended up taking the exit after this one, and now we are on a 15 more mile journey to the junkyard. So we are here in the yard, and the car that I'm looking for is this one, which is a GSR. DC2, but the car has an LS swap. V18 B1 DB7 full LS swap. Interesting. But there is a TSX swap here. K2482. I may even take this one. So this would be an impulse buy if I do get it. The motor is really clean. This car is T-boned, so hopefully the motor was running before all this happened. And it's one of those, like, do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. Can I afford it? No. But can I buy it? Yes. So a long block is fairly cheap. If I took this motor, I'd take everything off of it and just take the long block. I didn't even walk the yard. I just came straight to this row for that Integra. And unfortunately, it has an LS motor in it, but this one popped up, so kind of do want it. And it's not that expensive to buy it, so probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk the yard, see what's new over there and over there, right? And after walking around and I come back and this thing is still here, I'll pull it. But if somebody's already jumping on it, then saves me money, and I'm gonna head to the other yards. So let's walk around real quick. So I didn't even get to walk around. I started taking this motor apart, and now the more and more I get into it, the more I don't want it. K2482 Newark. It's probably gonna be gone by today. I'm gonna pack up and just walk the yard and try to get back home because of traffic. And if I can, I'll go to the other yards as well too. Somebody took the Type R muffler, which was given, but this whole car has been rummaged through, and they pulled the transmission off. I seen this on the floor, pretty brand new, other than sitting in the rain, which I can clean up. It's not a big deal, and I can use this, buy a new disc, put that in the CRX since we are running a stock clutch. And I was talking about how clean this motor was, and apparently it was super clean, but I didn't pull this motor that day. If I'm seeing this right, it's got ARP head studs. I don't have any Allen keys to take that off, so probably not gonna tinker with it. If you guys can't hear it in my voice, I'm getting a little sick from being in the garage late at night in the cold. That's the end of the row. It's time to get out of here. Went through my bag. Just so happened to have a 1/2 inch 12 point, which is the size of the head for the nut on the ARPs. And I'm probably just gonna take the nuts because I didn't use my spare ones on Ricky's car and it leaves my set incomplete. So I'm just gonna snag that in all of the washers. And if I can take the studs too, I will. If not, it's not a big deal, but I am going to take this. So I'll knock that out real quick. You got to see this to believe it. You'll see the stud is backed up. You know, I'm kind of glad I didn't buy the TSX motor, but at the same time, it's like I didn't want to leave it there. You know what I mean? So I just paid for the pressure plate. It was like 22 bucks, and that's going to come in clutch when I do need a clutch. I'll just buy the disc, and I already got the pressure plate. So what's going on, you guys? Welcome back. So this video is actually going to be added into a previous junkyard run that I did a couple weeks ago. You guys should already seen it before this clip, and the reason why I didn't upload it was because it wasn't a score, and I wanted to go back to get that TSX motor because that following week from the initial, you know, junkyard run, it was 40% off, but I was so tied up, you know, boosting the Integra and all of that stuff that I didn't make my way back to the junkyard. But today it is 8:49 and I am headed back to the junkyard. I got a pro tip on something in the junkyard that I am definitely wanting, so I'm gonna go pick up my buddy Chewy right now, and we'll see you there. So this is the coupe right here. It belonged to one of my subscribers, which then became a friend. I believe these are skunk too. Probably gonna take those. These are eBay or Max Peeting. I'm probably gonna leave these guys, don't need it. You already know, first thing, ECU's gone. This car was tuned by Lawrence out here where I'm at, and I know this car ran, and I can't seem to find the wristband that he told me to look for. I don't see it. He also told me it had a KTUNED shifter, but somebody took the top half, which makes no sense. Half the effort. But the real reason why we are here H23 H2B, and this transmission is done. B16 transmission. Why do I know this? Because it was mine. So we're gonna go ahead and just yank this motor out. It's a process for sure because the whole frame is messed up. Look, it says, bro, can you do me a huge favor, right? And it says it's a wristband. It's yellow with a smiley face on it with the glasses. Means a lot to me. Was gonna get it off the dude, but the dude crashed the car. Tell me why I found this on the floor right there. This is it. I'm gonna go ahead and return this to him, but this is a trip. What a trip. Poor B16 tranny. Look at this. I had sealed this together before I sold it. Opened it up and verified. The funniest part is that I got this from the junkyard. Got it from Newark. But there's a bolt in there. And now it's back in the junkyard. It's crazy. Look how much the fucking the casing. JB Welder, what? The gears look good. Look, nothing touched. B16 gear stack. If anybody wants it, Sounds like North. Probably gonna be gone though because we're gonna yank it out. I'm surprised that the header survived. Look at this, no dent whatsoever. But we're taking out that one bolt right there. We're gonna drop the transmission. Everything on the transmission has already been taken off, and the only bolt still holding it is this guy right here. The back motor mount hit so hard that it actually broke off the stud frame. I'm not sure we're gonna take the motor mounts. We may, because they're cheap anyways. But damn, let's take another look at this transmission. Like, it cracked all the way around. Jeez. We're debating on taking the gear set because it's still good. Nothing really got touched in here, but you can tell that the reverse gear is like really close. I can't really see actually. The H2B plate kit definitely needs to be rethreaded on this one. I pulled threads out of there, and this one wasn't even threaded. It already fell out of there. But if I did do an H2B in the CRX, it would probably be a plateless H2B, but we'll see how it goes. If the plate can be repaired, we'll repair it. If not, no big deal. H23 VTEC, why not? Poor transmission, look at that. Brand new clutch though, that's cool. But if you guys can see, stripped. I can time cert it. Stripped. Stripped. Probably gonna charge me for the clutch too, but now we gotta find a way to get this inside the car. No idea how we're gonna get this in the car, but I need you to get some muscle milk, bro. Ready? Yep. 1,
you.
He swung the shit at me, bro. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright guys, so we're here at the storage and we have the engine on the wheel dolly, one of the heavier duty ones that I have here in the storage, and I am stoked. I am stoked to have scored this motor. Thanks to the homie Alejandro for giving me the pro tip that his old car was in the junkyard, and surprisingly the motor was still there. So this, with the skunk tooth camber arms that I picked up right here and the 13th performance header, everything was $357. Obviously with a $50 core, which Chew here has a Y8 that has a spun bearing. We're gonna take that, get the 50 bucks back. So 300 bucks for everything is definitely a great deal. We have the OBD1 distributor. We kept the flywheel, it has ARP bolts. We have all the little miscellaneous brackets for the H2B kit, and complete long block pretty much, other than the throttle body. But everything is here, half shaft bracket is here, and I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty stoked to have this motor with the lineup of every other motor that I have here in the storage. If you guys don't remember, I do have, you know, the K24A2 that I scored a while back, way in the back. So here's a K24A2 that I'm keeping for a future build. My old B20 VTEC that ran from the CRX, still good, just smokes a little bit. And there was actually not that many cars in the junkyard. There was another TSX, but everybody like already took a bunch of stuff off of it. So we just went in, got the motor, got out. He's got to go. This is definitely a junkyard score for sure. We know the motor's good. He turned the crank, has a lot of compression. You can feel it, right? So we know the motor was good because it ran before. A little backstory before we end this video. This motor was in a car that you guys have seen on the channel, the H2B Teal EJ1 that was for sale when he bought my B16 transmission. And then the story of why that car ended up in the junkyard was because he had the car for sale. He finally sold it. The kid who bought the car totaled the car 2 hours after buying it, and I'm sure he didn't have insurance or whatever the case is, because the car ended up in the yard with everything still attached to the car. That's unfortunate, but it's a come up for me. So big shout out to Chewy for helping me out today. And also this is the end of the video. It is in collaboration with the other junkyard videos. So if you guys enjoyed this junkyard adventure, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around for future H2B content, maybe H2B all-wheel drive?
H2B all-wheel drive.
Be sure to hit the subscribe button now. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.